Alrighty. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the stream. One moment. No, that's closed. I need to check, because I have not bootlegged the setup for once. Let me see. I need to check, because I have not bootlegged the setup for once. Yeah, I think we're well mixed. That's gonna be good, I think. Hello everyone. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm excited. Because we are gonna be doing a live analysis of BioShock Infinite's ending. Very familiar with this game. We've been familiar with it. Oh hi. Oh hi, Mr. Everything. What's up? Yeah, we're live analyzing BioShock Infinite's ending, and as you can see, I haven't bootlegged the setup this time. Nice. Because with the audio, here's the problem, and I need to figure out a solution. I don't know if I'll do it for the second part of stream, in which I will have OpenVC in our server. However, since I'm not using my desktop audio, I'm not going to get playback or reverb, because I think what happens when I do that is that there's some sort of, unless there isn't, because it's playing out of OBS. Oh, that's fair. Doing that siege. Yeah, that's fair. Right now, as I was saying though, okay. But you still need to participate, I imagine. We're analyzing BioShock Infinite's ending. Because it's kind of a mind bender. And I also have a lot to say about it, because sometimes I feel like there's things that people overlook about it. And I'm very familiar with the game. So yeah, you know what? Let's get straight into it, because that'll be the first part of stream. Second part, I'll do some pathologic. I have to get up nice and early because I have to drive to a job interview tomorrow, actually. And I want to be responsible and go to bed at a reasonable time. So this one will probably last like 2.5 hours, which for us is pretty short. For streams is pretty short. So yeah, you know what? Let's get straight into it. Let's mainstream that. And then, yeah, Shane, if you could let me know, or Mr. Everything, I'm sorry, but if you could let me know if the audio is still mixed properly. I think it is, based on my initial test, and I'll listen to it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to be safe. There's that super cool... Okay, good. Super cool splash screen. But yeah, we beat the end fight last time. And the end fight was hard. It's difficult. I've done it multiple times, but it's still hard. I should turn my headset volume down and barely hear myself talk. Yeah, I don't know how it'll be when the game is going. I'm imagining it's still fine, but let me actually give it a listen. Yeah, I don't know how it'll be when the game is going. Game audio could probably go down a hair. When louder sounds happen, I get drowned out. It's not the same as just the peaceful PS4 serenade, the theme of PS4. It's not quite the same. It's not the same as just the peaceful PS4. Probably even down just a hair more. Just a hair. Yeah, that should probably be good. Yeah, because like the Irrational Games logo and the Unreal Engine drop are like boom, and they're actually a good approximation of louder in-game sounds. So. But now it's probably better. Could always turn my audio up a hair because it's still a little quiet. Let me do that. Because the game is audible, that's for sure. So, there we go. Yeah, that should be good. Let me know if you have trouble hearing me. So yeah, where we left off, we beat the end fight, which, even though I've done it many times, like 4 times before, still either 4 or 5. I can't remember how many times I played this game, to be honest. It's still a difficult end fight, but... Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. There was a little game save logo, though. And I could have sworn they saved. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, it's done. It's done. Okay, it did save. It says join Elizabeth at the bow. I was scared. I thought I had to redo the whole end fight again. But no, I don't. It was the end. You know what? I'm not gonna pick up anything because we're done with the main game. But yeah, that was funny. I was scared, but the prompt I should have known. So that's good. We get to see the whole ending. Yeah. It made it look like it. Here.
What is
it? Here. So basically, the reason we were over here was to get here.
You can use the songbird to bring the whole damn thing down. Destroy the siphon.
And that's what you want.
It's the only way we'll find the truth. About my finger, Comstock, everything.
Yes, so we have to bring down the siphon, which we've established, or I'll be pausing whenever I want to talk, by the way. That'll be a thing that I'll do. Because this game conveniently cuts out all audio when you pause. So, the siphon is with Elizabeth's powers, which she has throughout the game. They kind of do. It's because this game was released in 2013, originally. Was it 2013? Yeah, it was 2013. But basically, the siphon is like a leash. It holds Elizabeth's powers in, and it has this really cool contraption. Turn up my volume and lower the game volume. Oh, okay. Thank you. Turn up me. Yeah, it's really hard to judge because, you know, I'm not there consistently listening to it. So let me turn down the game a hair. That's probably good. That's pretty drastic, but it's probably good. So essentially, we have to destroy the siphon because Comstock dropped a bombshell previously that there's something about Elizabeth that is off, and it has to do with her finger, and that is like the core of a lot of tension, because suddenly, and Booker kills Comstock preemptively because he's a loose cannon. He was like, "You cut off her finger," and then he like bludgeons him to death, and he like slams his head into a bird feeder over and over, and kills him. But there's all sorts of illusions in that scene that will unravel. Yeah, Booker's a loose cannon.
Tear it down.
So here we go.
Tear it all down.
So we're using Songbird to tear it down because we now have control over Songbird. To get all the answers that we're looking for. This anime-looking thing. Oh god.
The Whistler! Elizabeth!
Oh, he lost the Whistler. It's coming. Oh god. Oh.
Where is he? Where is he?
So, it was established earlier that Songbird is not equipped for water. Yeah. So, this is actually great 3-act structure here.
Elizabeth.
And tragically, Songbird, her only friend, but also enemy, dies. And look where we are.
What is this place?
It's Rapture.
Elizabeth?
It's a doorway.
From the first BioShock, and
One
the
of
second.
many. This way.
What do you mean it's a doorway? Where are you going?
So she now
It's this way.
has
Comstock said about your finger. Is there an answer here? Do you...
Down here.
There was also, yeah, this is literally like the first room in the first game, or one of the first rooms. There's one element that is important to establish. At this point, Booker and Elizabeth, Booker's original, like, he has inklings about, like, he has had these visions throughout the game, and he has inklings that he's not going to be able to bring Elizabeth back, because his original goal was to basically get Elizabeth and bring her to these shady individuals, who were saying, like, oh, you bring us the girl and wipe away the debt, because he was, like, in debt and he was a drunk and he was a deadbeat, like, private investigator, and former Pinkerton. So he's realizing, and there's been implications throughout this whole ending that there's more to it than meets the eye, and that they need to destroy the siphon in order to get certain answers. Yes, it's a lot. Yeah, let me know if it's confusing. We're gonna get into some interesting stuff. Because there's also... We'll get into it. I'll let the ending play out a bit.
Over here, Booker.
Oh. But yeah, it's really cool to be back here. It looks really nice, too. The music.
This is where we have to go.
Why? What is going on? Elizabeth, what do you mean this is a doorway?
I'll have to show you.
So, we're talking about doors a lot, and that's important. I'm just soaking up the scenery. But yes, so there'll be some very interesting stuff that happens as far as, like, metagame and also in-game stuff. It is very interesting.
Probably gonna regret
about
this.
as interesting as Columbia. So, here we go. This is how you enter the first game's first area. This is like the first thing in the first game. So it's kind of a cool...
City at the bottom of the ocean. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. But yeah, Rapture is huge. As you can see, it's a massive city. However...
Look at that. Thousands of doors. Opening all at once. My God, they're beautiful.
The stars.
Yeah. The stars. And you'll see the imagery. It's really wacky.
Come on. Come on, it's this way. Come on.
There's a bit that has to play out for me to adequately talk about it. So... I'm trying to think... This game has excellent subtle audio design. So I'm trying to think... Apart from you hear Elizabeth picking a lock, but... Yeah, it is Titanic vibes. But, like, what is that sound? Because I have gone back, I've played this game enough times to know that there is audio storytelling that happens, and it's really clever.
Are you going to open it?
It's no good. Damn it. I thought once we were here, I could fully control it. I thought...
What is that?
It's a key.
Where did it come from?
It's always been there. I just couldn't see it.
Yeah, jeez. So, she couldn't see it. Now, That's never completely explained, from what I remember. However, her powers involve quantum mechanics and interdimensional elements. So, it could be the case that she has had this key, but it only just now spawned in due to her her realization. She broke the siphon. She now has full vision of her powers. And excuse me, what? That's been built up too. They've been talking about tears. Yeah, a little bit, actually. The way that they've explained tears, which is her power, she can bring things into realities, and we've hopped realities before. So, it's not out of the question. That doesn't come out of nowhere, is what I'm saying. That's been built up, too. Look at this.
See? Not stars. They're doors.
Doors to...
To everywhere. All that's left is the choosing.
Here we go. I'm amazed that this ending, for how complicated it is very, the brevity is great. The way they explain everything, you'll see.
What are all these lighthouses? Why are we... Who are...
There are a million worlds. All different and all similar. Constants and variables.
What?
There's always a
Chainsaw Man.
lighthouse. There's always a man. There's always a city.
How do you know this?
I can see them through the doors. You, me, Columbia, Songbird. Sometimes, something's different. Yet the same.
Constants and variables.
Yes.
Yeah, her stand. So, let's listen again. Well, she's gonna keep trying to generate the bridge. Hold on. That's a cool sound. It's like some kind of timbre. So, essentially, I'll let the ending play out a bit more to explain. Actually, no. Because what happened here, she's talking about multiverse theory, clearly. She's talking about, there's an interesting metagame element to Ken Levine's... Thought I heard a song. It is a song. That's the title theme. That's the title screen theme playing. Yeah, very antisocial. However, basically, what was kind of said there is it's an allusion to Ken Levine's other work, kind of. He always has the same general plot point that's kind of similar, and this is kind of poking at that in a sort of self-critical sense, because he's talking about, the first game and BioShock Infinite play out kind of similarly. And additionally, if you're familiar, this will be elucidated on in the DLC that we'll be playing. The Big Daddy and the Little Sister relationship from the first two games mirrors Songbird's relationship with Elizabeth. She's this game's little sister. And there's always a man, there's always a city, there's always a lighthouse, refers to the fact that we came here on in a lighthouse, and we went up instead of down. So that's what that all refers to. I like the ambient noise for the for when we're talking. That's good. I'll just stop and stand still. Okay, so now we open the door. Yeah, here. Look, we get a visual representation of it.
We swim in different oceans but land on the same shore. It always starts with a lighthouse.
I don't understand.
We don't need to. It'll happen all the same.
Why?
Because it does. Because it has. Because it will.
There's so many choices.
They all lead us to the same place. Where where it started.
No one tells me where to go.
Booker,
Oh, you never knew that?
you've already been.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. So, now we're getting... I'm gonna just, like, soak up this. So, yes, that's where that phrase comes from. This lighthouse that you're seeing is the lighthouse that we came to Columbia in. This game's setting. So, there's your analogy. Additionally, it's worth noting that we're talking about you don't have to know how it happens, it just does, referring to like the script of the universe, which is a very important point about, you know, multiverse theory and fate and how that all works. Additionally, you can see that there's others of us walking around in the distance. And that is the menu theme playing right now. That song, the remaster of, forgot what that song's called. After You've Gone. That would be really cool if they did. That would be cool if they did. So, if that makes sense, essentially, what it means is that there's multiple, and that Jack from the first game, the main character, is kind of an analogous character, and that there's a repeating and also, like, fractally evolving timeline, essentially. And we'll get the explanation to why Elizabeth has her powers, by the way. That's coming. Don't worry. Because that hasn't been fully explained yet. There was an audio log. Actually, can I access... let's look at audio logs. Yeah, I can access them. The audio log in question. Here they are. Firstly, this one's kind of important.
The Prophet is dying. The metastasis has aged him so quickly.
The Prophet is Comstock, the villain of the game that we killed.
Decay, while a Comstock in another world remains fit. If genetics are destiny, what
Yeah.
accounts for the difference? Perhaps exposure to the contraption. It merits further study.
Yeah. So, why does one Comstock function differently than another? That's critical.
When a soul is born again,
Oh, this actually isn't it.
what happens to the one left behind in the baptismal water?
Oh, here.
Our contraption shows us the girl is the flame that shall ignite the world. My brother says we must
The
undo what
Lutesses,
we have
these
done.
guys, are the researchers.
Time is more an ocean than a river. Why try to bring in a tide that will only again go out?
The Lutesses, Rosalind and Robert, are the devisers of the mechanisms that allowed the city to float via suspended quantum particles inside balloons. It's interesting, and there's a line that kind of jabs at that. Booker's like, giant balloons, and then they're like, oh, so not giant balloons? Yes, I have an idea what I just said, yeah. So essentially, they are the devisers of that, and then also they research this stuff by extension for a reason that I will elucidate on. There's a direct... Here. Oh, here. Here it is.
My brother has presented me with an ultimatum. If we do not send the girl back from where we brought her, he and I must part. Where he sees an empty page, I see King Lear. But he is my brother. So I shall play my part, knowing it shall all end in tears.
Yeah, obviously it's a fictionalized quantum particle, but it's somewhat feasible from what I've read up on. Obviously it's bent all over, for the purpose of plot because it's fiction, but So there, the brother is Robert Lutece, who is alluded to being from another dimension. Yeah, I was gonna say there's like some mechanic by which those work. However, that will be explained why, like, the ultimatum. So he wants. There's like one other one that I really want. Where is it? Here, this is one.
Lady Comstock
We'll only do
seems
this
to
once.
believe
Don't
the
worry, I'm not
child
going
was
through
the result of
every
some
audio log.
errant act of carnality between myself and her beloved prophet.
The child being
I told the
Elizabeth,
poor
because
woman the
Elizabeth
truth.
is Comstock's
The child
kid.
was a product of our little contraption, but I think she found that less believable than her delusion.
So they said the child is a product of the contraption, which is there's a room that you go to that is the Lutece's laboratory, and in that you see the first tear device. Yeah, but well, that was throughout the whole game. I'm just picking and choosing, and like I'm. Oh, here, this is one. This is one other important.
You have been
There's very select
transfused,
ones.
brother,
I'm being
into
selective.
a new reality, but your body rejects the cognitive dissonance.
This
through
has been
confusion
alluded to
and
throughout the
hemorrhage.
game. Is what I'm saying.
But we are together,
And I'm just
I will
showing
mend
you.
For what separates us now but a single chromosome?
And I'm just showing you this so that you have some more context for stuff that's been established already. I've listened to these before because I picked them up, obviously, throughout the game. Oh yeah, that was from the Booker from the when we crossed over that at that one point, because you cross timelines a few times in this game. It's gonna be early. It's really early on. So I wish there was a way to sort them by. Oh yeah. Okay. It is in order. The source of her power. This one.
What makes the girl different?
And then we'll be
I
done.
suspect it has less to do with what she is, and rather more with what she is not. A small part of her remains from where she came. It would seem the universe does not like its peas mixed with its porridge.
So that's very important to understand. I'll explain that later. Anyway, continuing.
Wait a minute. I know this place. I was here. It's been 20 years ago, right after Wounded Knee. I was looking for... It's...
Come on now, time's a-wasted.
Why were you here?
Are you ready to have your past erased? Are you ready to have your sins cleansed? Are you ready to be born again? Take my hand.
No. No, I don't want to.
You already did, didn't you?
Right. So this was Booker seeking redemption after his sins in the Battle of Wounded Knee, which was another plot point. He said there was a point where he was reborn, but there's some shaky elements to it, and to a lot of Booker's backstory that are going to start to unravel. Because his whole motivation for being here has always been a little bit shaky. Do we take his hand?
Are you
Apparently
ready
we
to
already
be
did,
born again?
because this is in the past.
Do you hate your sins?
I do.
Do you hate your wickedness?
Yes.
Do you want to clean the
Oh,
slate,
he's, like,
leave
wet.
behind all you were before,
Which
and
is-
be born again in the blood of the
Yes.
Lamb?
Visually
Jesus,
symbolic.
wash this man clean. Father, make him
Stop
born
it.
again. Lord,
Stop it.
what are you doing to it?
Get off me! Get off!
Son!
You didn't go through with it.
Think a dunk in the river's gonna change the things I've done? Let's get out of here.
Visually wet.
These doors of yours, they're all tears, right? Well, open one up. Open one up to Paris. I want to be shut of all this.
Not until we find Comstock.
Comstock's dead!
No. He was here. This way.
Huh. He was at our event. And he's not dead. Even though we killed him. So what does it mean? Let's find out.
And what of my debts?
Bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt.
This is the man who hired me to find you.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
and it's Robert Lutece.
Girl for the debt.
Right, so this is our place. As you can see, it's a dump. And there's the former stuff from Wounded Knee. So that's a bombshell. Now we learned the identity of the people who wanted us to wipe away the dead. It was the Luteces. From the beginning of the game. Because they were always a shady figure. You never really got to see them. Although in one of these flashbacks, Elizabeth was also in here. Yeah. And we'll go into the Luteces. There's a reason I played those audio logs. However, there's... What?
Wait, no, this is wrong. What is this? There was no baby.
Oh! Oh god.
There was no
They
baby, and if there
teleported
was,
it.
I sure as hell wouldn't give it over to this guy.
Booker, you don't leave this room until you do.
Do it. Time is running short. Bring us the girl, and wipe away the debt.
I like that little hand thing he does. So, wait. Now it's confusing, because now does the girl refer to her or her? Intentionally very aggressive right now. It'll become clear.
Go ahead.
No.
You can wait as long as you want. Eventually, you'll give him what he wants.
So this was already predetermined.
I can see all the doors, and what's behind,
Behind all the doors.
And behind one of them, I see him.
I see him.
Comstock.
Behind all of the doors, referring to... So Comstock survived in a timeline, is kind of what they're alluding to, I think.
What choice do I have?
The debt's paid. Mr. Comstock washes you of all your sins.
Oh, what? Wait, he gave the child to Comstock. That's... okay. But that was in the past. And he doesn't remember it for a reason that will be explained. Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, this game's from 2013. There's emotion in certain scenes. I like how there's no objectives now. Okay. Oh, this is the
Bring
boat
us the
at the
girl
beginning.
and wipe away the debt.
There was no baby. The deal was I go to Columbia to get you.
Oh god.
You're bleeding.
Oh. I remember.
We've
Oh.
upset him.
I don't expect this next bit will do much for his mood.
Come on.
Wait, the Luteces are here. This isn't just like an abstract flashback. That was the Luteces actually being here. I forgot about that. So the Luteces were the boat rowers at the beginning as well. And it's not... It's partially abstract, but also the nose bleeding... that's way more meaningful than you would think. You'll see why it's meaningful. The nose bleeding in this game represents dissociation from your reality. Something's amiss. So the fact that Booker's nose is bleeding is really bad. That indicates he's dead in this universe.
What are we doing here?
So we're back to the beginning of the game.
We can just go on with our lives. You don't need
Dead?
to.
You mean like Chenlit? Like Lady Comstock?
Like other characters in the game.
He is
who've
alive
survived.
in a million worlds. It's not over because the Prophet is dead. It will only be over when he never even lived in the first place.
Now, Yeah, so that's what we're doing. That's why she's taking us through all this. We have to kill Comstock at the source, which you'd be right to point out can't possibly work, because there will also be infinite variables of him surviving the one time you kill him, or at least one variable, if not infinite. Probably one, at the very least, for narrative's sake. This will be explained. I can't even go in there. You could go in there at first. In the opening of the game. But yes, other characters, like, it's critical to note that this is not this is not a thing that hasn't been established. Characters in this game have died in one world and survived in another in the past, and we've had to hop dimensions because characters died early. Or not, I guess they don't refer to them as dimensions in the game, they refer to them as realities, but it's the same principle. So that's not a completely unfounded thing. In a sense, yeah, but it's for critical elements, and it's done kind of hastily, and the game explains that as such. There's instances where they go to dimensions and they get like, oh, this was probably a bad idea, but it was like too. It's a JoJo stand. This is all her stand is time itself, reality itself. Oh, I thought I noticed a graphical error. Oops. So, if y'all are following along, we're about a third of the way through it. Yeah, I'm sure there is. There's a JoJo stand for everything. I know the meme.
Hey.
Oh, here.
The deal's
This
off,
scene's
you hear me?
critical.
The deal is off! Give her back! Give her back!
Fine, are you mad?
No, you will not get caught in between. Come.
It is uncomfortable enough as it is!
We'll just...
It's going to be more uncomfortable if you don't come now.
If I get caught, it's going to be a very long time before we see each other.
You will not get caught, I promise.
You can't promise me that!
We're going to lose our window.
I'll wait, thank you!
I just... honestly, nobody waits that long. I just did to get all the dialogue for story. Actually, no. You know what? We'll let this play out. That's Comstock.
Give her
Young
back,
Comstock.
you son of a bitch!
It's ready. Go.
No! No,
Shut
no, no!
down the machine!
No!
Shut it down! Shut down the machine! Now do it!
Anna,
Give me back my
he says.
daughter!
My daughter?
No!
It cut off her finger. The portal. Anna.
No. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anna, I'm sorry.
Troy Baker's good acting, by the way. So, that was the actual prelude to the game. That was the actual, that's the... Yes, he is the GOAT. That's the unabashed prelude of the game. Booker DeWitt sells his daughter to Comstock. Forgive me, I forgot the exact... There is a very justified reason. It's because it's something about washing the sins, and he has the ability to do so. And, well, it's the debt. It's about the debt. He sells the daughter to Comstock. And the Lutesses are working with Comstock. And Elizabeth, or the daughter, Anna, gets caught between the dimensions. Notice that. Her finger's in two realities. And remember the line about getting its peas mixed with its porridge? That's what that refers to. So that's a prelude scene. More of this will be explained. No, his name is Comstock, not Stalk. I mean, if you change it into a stock, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of puns to be made with his name. And if you remember, when we booted up the game, young Comstock looks suspiciously like our player character. So that's something of note. Additionally, like, the crossing over between dimensions, as we saw in those logs... Yeah, he's probably pretty shady. He's a shady dude. Booker gave away his daughter to him, but then regretted it immediately, because what just happened was an actual flashback. That wasn't... We took on the role of the flashback in the scene. So what he did, he wanted to call off the deal immediately, as you can see, because he realized that was a really stupid idea. But he was probably drunk or something, which is the thing that happens. People make really dumb decisions, but it didn't work. Comstock took his daughter. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been established that, like, Booker clearly doesn't know what the heck is going on. He's clearly got a bad memory about this. That's what. There's no baby. What is this? And that'll be explained in a minute. In literally a minute. It's, like, about to happen. Because now we're going through chronologically after establishing the broad concept. So, I'm trying to think what else there is about this that I should cover. The Lutesses wanted to be together because both of them are curious, and they're, by the way, alternate versions of each other. That's what they meant by separated by a single chromosome. They're literally two versions of each other, which is why they sound exactly the same and finish each other's sentences. Yeah. So, he's wallowing in his sorrow. Let's open the door.
She's gone, Booker. Anna's gone.
Anna DeWitt, that's what the brand
with
means.
Your regret for almost 20 years.
Ooh.
Until one day, a man came to you and offered you a chance for redemption. A chance for us to live together.
More good audio here. So this is the prelude. This is the actual bringing to. I'll just let the cool audio play out. So, essentially, again, now we're being literal. What happened was he was wallowing in this sorrow, and yeah, this place became run down. Elizabeth is Anna. It kind of does, actually. Elizabeth is Anna. That much is kind of obvious here, because she's talking about us being together. Now, the Lutesses also... I think they'll explain the Lutesses' motive. Yeah, they will. I'm gonna let them explain it, because that's fully explained. It's been alluded to, but the pieces are gonna come together. So, they come to me again, offering me this. And they come here like this. This is literal.
I told you it would work.
We already know it works. The question is, will he?
Will he work?
You suppose he branded himself as some sort of penance? Don't see the point. What's done is done. What's done will be done. I suppose the brand is his hair shirt, as he is ours.
Whoa, what? It's like upside down. Oh, that was.
away the dead.
See? He's starting to put his story together.
You're quite fond of this theory of yours.
He's manufacturing new memories from his old ones.
Well, the brain adapts.
I should.
There you go. I lived it. Okay.
Booker, wake up. Booker, wake up. This is where it started.
I sold you. I sold you.
To your credit, you did try to weasel out of the deal.
This is all Comstock's fault. What if I went back? Killed him before he did any of this?
Things get set in motion.
How would one know how far back to go?
That's the only way to do it. Go back to when he was born, and I'll smother this son of a bitch in his crib.
Yes. One moment. There's going to be more dialogue, I think. So, they explained there why his memory is faulty. And it's been a thing that's been alluded to throughout the game. People, when they cross dimensions, like alternate dimension versions, especially in realities where they're dead, tend to have problems with their memory. It's a thing, it's a quote that is presented to you at the very beginning of the game, that the mind will make memories where none exist, or piece together faulty memories. So, hence why we, in this scene, had trouble distinguishing between two different events. Yes, exactly. Exactly. He crossed over, which is what they were talking about, the device working, because Robert Lutece was brought over in a similar fashion, because we're in Rosalind Lutece's reality. And there's a really cool shot in the first hour of the game where you see a statue of Rosalind Lutece turn into Robert Lutece. And that's kind of what that represents. The reason that the Luteces are bent on doing all of this is because they want to be together. Because they are scientist minds and that's all they care about. Which is why they've swapped sides. Because they want some manner of revenge for the fact that they still were never able to be fully together. At least in other... there's... You know what, let me... If you don't mind... Actually, I'll let their dialogue play out, and then I'll try to find the audio log where they reference what their actual motive is. Oh, wait. They're gone. So I can just do that. Yeah, that's a big part of it. However, I'm gonna need to stand up because it's really small. Yeah, they despawn. They teleported. It's really small intentionally because, it's like what is this device? It's from the 1912s. This, viewing device that's, tiny like this. I forget what it's called. Let me stand up so I can read these. Metastasis, a prophet is dying, mirror of sin. It's the okay, that's just from another reality hop. I should have looked at all the audio logs to really... Oh yeah, so that explains that she is... Yeah, not a contraption, or there's no prophecy, or all the stuff that was talked about with a prophecy was a lie, which bodes, with Ken Levine's whole thing against religion. Here, Comstock has sabotaged our contraption, yet you are not dead. A theory, we were scattered amongst the possibility space, but my brother and I are together. And so I am content. He is not. The business with the girl relies unsolved. Perhaps there is one who can finish it in our stead. Exposure to a contraption. Oh, yeah. That's why Comstock can't have a child, yeah. Beyond redemption. Here. Quantum field levitation. You have been transfused, brother, into a new reality, but your body rejects the cognitive dissonance through confusion and hemorrhage, but we are together and I will mend you. Yeah. Finally be together, my quantum atom. Oh yeah, they talked using a telegraph across dimensions, which is really interesting. Dreadfully slow. Whisper through the wall. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the basics of it. I believe they wanted to they wanted to resolve that element of their lives. So they kind of, the Luteces are kind of assholes. They're very fickle. But yeah, so okay. I just wanted to locate where that was. I had to reference my notes. It's a good thing that the game literally has notes for you. But they might elucidate some more. So we're back here again. Oh yeah, they wrote this note for us.
Booker, are you sure this is what you want?
I have to. It's the only way to undo what I've done to you.
Yeah. Oh god, we're back here.
Booker DeWitt, are you ready to be born again?
Why are we back here?
This isn't the same place, Booker.
Of course it is. I remember. Wait.
Are you ready to leave behind all that has gone before?
Uh-oh. Wait, it's other versions.
You chose to walk away, but in other oceans, you didn't. You took the baptism. You were born again as a different man.
We're Comstock.
To have never started, not just in this world, but in all of ours.
Smother him in the crab.
Smother. Before the choice is made, before you are reborn.
And what name shall you take, my son?
He's Zachary Comstock. He's Booker DeWitt.
No.
Uncle. And then all the variations vanish. Except for one. Sorry, I'm just letting it. There we go. So, yes, it does go against the fate thing. Elizabeth did what she said and killed Comstock before he could be created, or born, which is at that decision, whether or not Booker takes the baptism. Which is why he's ultra-religious as Comstock. So yeah, that's an ending. However, yeah, you'll rightly point out it goes against the fate thing, but does it? Because if she killed Comstock successfully, then the final her wouldn't exist. Would fade out, and that didn't happen. So, begs the question, what a great game, dude. I love this game so much. That ending blew my mind when I first played it. I do think that some people get the wrong idea with it, in that they take it. Yeah, it is surprising. It's actually, it makes you think about the rest of the game. Some people argue plot holes with the way that dimensional stuff works. I think it's pretty sound, especially because the thing that people reference as a plot hole ends up being addressed in the coming DLC. Now it's simplified, obviously, and maybe not technically accurate but it's a story, it's fiction. I mean, it has to have some resolution.
I may not always love you.
Oh, that's right. This music is.
But long as there are stars above you.
Yeah, exactly. They wrote the deal, but it's in the main game that like Elizabeth didn't fade away, which would happen.
I'll make you so sure.
The Elizabeth of the present would not exist if Booker died, which is that Elizabeth. So clearly they knew what they were doing with that. That's in the main game. That's not the DLC. I think they planned the DLC to be a thing. Fun fact: this barbershop quartet thing, and the music is. These songs are from like the 80s, but they're in 1912. That's because the composer literally was hearing through tears the music and stealing it. That's actually a thing that happens. It's really clever, actually. It's a really clever concept for having those songs in there. Do 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 do. Shout out to Courtney Draper. She did great as Elizabeth. Troy Baker did good too. I appreciate that you also thought this was interesting. You literally got the whole game spoiled for you though. But you knew that going in because the title of this stream. The game itself is great too. I like it as much as the original. There's things in this game I like more than the original, namely the story. Some of the gameplay is refined. I like the original's more non-linear approach though. But yeah. So yeah, there you go. They're using the songs from... They obviously got licenses to do that, but... God only knows what... Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that is BioShock Infinite's ending. Now, the DLC carries on from the ending. I was pleasantly surprised with how much it carries on from the ending. It's literally a continuation. It's like an elongated ending. Not Clash in the Clouds. That thing sucks. I hate that DLC so much. We'll skip that. Why is it popping? I don't know why that was popping. It doesn't usually do that. The Luteus's theme. Dun, 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 dun. This also has the best soundtrack of the three games, in my opinion, so. Yeah, very French, even though they're British. Well, it sounds smart, I guess, is the vibe. Which they are. They're additional music and publishers. The production babies, there you go. I hope they weren't... This is a crude joke, but I'll say it. I hope they weren't sold off like Booker's kid. That would be really mean. So what I remember from this... Yeah, exactly. What I remember when DSP, Darkside Phil, played this game. One of his more infamous moments is in this part, what comes up here. And I had it in my edit of the This Is How You Don't Play that I edited like literally 4 years ago. It's on YouTube, you can look it up. This Is How You Don't Play BioShock Infinite and Dead Space 3 DLC. He gets really weirdly impatient with these credits, even though they're not very long at all. We've only been here for like 5 minutes. Like, maybe 7? And he's at this point, he was like, oh my god, hurry up, dude. It's just way too long. And it's like, dude, you've sat through Ubisoft credits. And those are unnecessarily long. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Well, bro is stupid. So. It's unskippable, 30 minutes. Oh, I think I remember hearing about that, yeah. That's pretty ridiculous, though. That's bad. That's too long. They need to consolidate that somehow. There's another remixed 80s song, by the way. I really like this remix, though. So, Elizabeth, despite having Omnivision, did make a critical mistake with this, as we'll see. Yeah, but then they messed it up with Sonic, yeah. Yeah, I like Sonic Colors, but its remake was terrible, yeah. Which, funnily enough, Blind Squirrel Games also did this. They did a good job with this one. Clearly 2K treated them better. I don't know if I agree with that, though. Yeah, they were, and I know they have an anti-crunch culture policy, which is a good thing. And 2K probably didn't rush them because this is... People are gonna buy BioShock, the collection, whenever, because they're classics, modern classics. And yeah, they're really bad about that, Sega, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny though, how people's opinions flip. I played Sonic Colors recently. I never finished a second, like a completionist run of that. I played it recently on stream and I liked it. I still enjoyed it. Well, recently meaning quite a few months ago. Oh boy, here we go. This is the part where DSP goes total stupid.
Well, he'll figure it out.
This behind the scenes video that's actually really, really nice. Really nice and personal. And there's Ken Levine. And there's our actors, lead actors.
But then now it's too short. Now it's one too short. Because then it goes.
Yeah, because at that point it was like really. Yeah, but DSP was like being like a douche about it the whole time. He was like, oh my god, this is so pretentious, dude. Why? Like, and it's like, dude, it's a little post credits, behind the scenes video. Why is that so baffling to you, DSP?
That's the second, that's the third, that's the fourth, but then I don't think that's supposed to say lonely.
Lonely. We're missing one. We'll get the actual.
Yeah, right, exactly. He could have just got up if he wanted. And then he started like shitting all over Troy Baker. Like he was like, look at this douche. Like his stupid scarfs indoors. What a weirdo or whatever. It's like, dude.
Earthly story, will you join them in
And he goes on like that, like crapping all over the dev team. And he was like, yeah, exactly. Everyone argues he was coping with a lack of talent. Because people were like, wait, Troy Baker's a voice actor and he can play. So. This is also a really sweet, like, part to have in here. Because this was like a personal moment when this played in the game, or like a little verse of it played. It's also like the opening area theme. Because it kind of encapsulates the game's religious themes. It's a classic folk song, but yeah. About heaven. Yeah, it's interesting that they did a full recording of it. And DSP was crapping on that too. He's like, we didn't have to do the whole song. It's like, dude, they already hooked them up with the guitar and all this audio setup. What's wrong with them doing the whole song? It's like 2 minutes. They also probably were thinking, hey, we could use this video. Which they did. But yeah, that part was hilarious to edit, because at that point I was posting comments from DSP's viewers, like, going at him hard for making fun of this. Because it was really mean. He was really mean sounding. Like, for no reason. And I showed the whole credit, like his reaction pretty much to all of it, because, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Despite the fact that BioShock is literally the only thing they have in common is being shooters. First-person shooters. That's the only thing they have in common.
I think that this one should be like slowed down a little bit since it's the last verse.
You can do that.
Otherwise,
cool,
there's like.
Otherwise
cool. There's just like an abrupt ending.
I like how he still sounds.
What I want to do, you guys are really, really, really good.
At this point, Phil was like, "Who's this guy?"
I want to take the tempo down a little bit if we can, and sort of start by finding like Booker. If you could just be sort of like picking away.
And then DSP was like, "That's not Booker. It's a voice actor." It's like, have you never been on set, DSP? People call, like, directors call their actors by the names of their characters, and actors kind of appreciate that.
Professional.
Yeah, no, it won't be like that.
I want to make it sound like it's not like, you know.
Yeah, because like they stay in character.
In the session. So
he gets Eric Clapton, I get Sheryl Crow.
John, who do you want, John?
Right. Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, he probably he doesn't know anything about it. Britney Spears. That's kind of funny. That is kind of a funny final line there. Oh, okay. There is an additional credits for Blind Squirrel. Let me just take a seat here. Set my controller down. I was wondering about that. They're probably gonna go really quick though, because it's in tiny text, so that for the remaster. How did they get a 30-minute credit sequence? That's what I'm wondering. In Sonic Colors Ultimate, like, what did they do? Unless this is gonna go on for 30 minutes, in which case my stream will actually only be the BioShock bit. Yes, I know how Sonic has really good music, yeah. Oh, did they do like a massive amount of remixes? Yes. That's weird. Why would they do that? Apart from padding, I guess. Like, they had to stretch out the credits to do it. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing a video about that. Like, them going like, why? Like, why would you do this? Well, thanks, Sega, for your poor planning. So that Blind Squirrel made really weird decisions. Yeah, it was. Okay, yeah. I did see that. That was where I saw that. That was a while ago. That's been a while. Oh, wait. Okay. So, there's a post-credits scene. As you can see, Booker... There is a version of Booker that does live, as you can see. And...
Anna?
Is that you?
Huh. So, was there another... So there was a variable, constant and variable, that made it through. Yeah. But, something made it through. And that's in the DLC. So yeah. The 2K account that I don't believe I ever set up, so it's funny that they keep wanting me to do that. What is... What is this? Oh god, okay, what? I don't know why this is here, actually. And I don't want it to, like, show my information. Let me, you know what, let me just take a peek for my own curiosity. I'll bring it back, don't worry, I just want to see what this does. It says the store cannot be accessed, and it's like I can buy it again. Why would I do that? Oh. Is that a PS5 remaster? Okay. Interesting. Wait, I think I can show this. Yeah, let me, Yeah, there's nothing here. So, this is what I see. I don't know why that's here, but it is. So, I'll just show you where our DLC will be. It's in here. Burial at Sea. Which is a great DLC, but I'm not going to start it yet, because that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing, and I want to hop in VC for a little bit just to do other games. But let me bring... Actually, let me leave the music going. Thanks for tuning in, Mr. Everything. And, the stream's not done yet. We finished BioShock Infinite. Glad you enjoyed. Anyone watching, probably will cut out and post the VOD of the analysis as its own little thing. Yeah, it's just you and me, but you know, people watching in the future, because people seem to watch these in VOD form. But yeah, so I'm gonna swap some stuff over. I appreciate anyone tuning in, both live and in VOD and in whatever form I post up the other versions. Oh, I almost forgot to mention another important thing to note. There's a meta game element about. There's a lot of people talk about it, how this game has like cut content, like massive amounts of it, and the developers kind of knew that, and that's why the Elizabeths that are drowning you at the end, one of them looks, a few of them look like beta designs of Elizabeth, in early trailers, implying that those are also versions of Columbia that once existed. And this is why Ken Levine now, he released his new games trailer recently, which is why he left AAA gaming, because he felt whiffed by the whole process, or miffed, I guess that's the word. He enjoyed like his team and everything, but he was like, it was kind of a hard game to make, this one, because we wanted to do so much, but we had to get constrained at the very end, even though ironically the bigger budget is what made them constrained. Indeed. But yeah, we'll look into that one. Yeah, take care, Cookie, and take care everyone who was on the stream / watching it in the future or now. Peace out. We'll see you on the next one.